Yeah. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Should everything be jumping now? Should have my boy joining us. Watches the show, talk some boxing. Hope everybody doing good. Let's get this joint jumping. Get my boy to come on here. And we're going to be talking some Canelo Crawford. A lot of stuff going on. It's just been a week. Just been about a week. Tomorrow makes a week since everything. So let's see what's going on. Ooh, I could change this. I took this picture in Vegas. This one too. Trying to get some people, get my boy to join on. We gonna get this. We gonna get this live rolling. We is gonna get this live rolling. Oh my me, we just waiting for everybody to get here. Let it build up. We're gonna get everything going. Doing a little tweaking right now. Trying to set everything up. Hope everybody Friday good, man. We just trying to load everything up right. Continue with this live because everybody knows this YouTube shit does be playing. Mm. Set everything up now. But we here to talk some boxing, man. We're gonna talk about some Terence Crawford, some Keith Thurman, Sebastian Fundora, some Jerome Boots Ennis, the future of everybody, the future of Canelo Alvarez, the future of Terence Crawford. It's a lot to unpack. See what the co-host has got to say. I'm trying to send the link. It's part of me, guys. I'm trying to send this link. Pardon me, guys. Trying to get this going, man. This shit is everything here so complicated. Dun, 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 dun. Talk some Tank Jake Paul. Everything going on, boxing. Get some more people in this joint, man. I gotta start working with these YouTube, man. I gotta start working with this YouTube. There's no way I got 12,400 subs and I don't got at least 30 people on a live stream. There should be at least 25 to 30 people with me on this live stream. I'm gonna start going live. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna start going live because I really only do a lot of YouTube shorts, but I gotta start going live, expanding more with the community. So I'm gonna make it my thing to go live twice, 3 times a week. Everything should be good now. But what's going on, man? It's a lot going on in the boxing world. Is Terence Crawford an all-time great after defeating Canelo Alvarez? And people should give him his credit, man. We're looking for any reason to take the man's credit away after an amazing victory. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. Oh, there goes. Coach, what up, baby?
What's going on, my boy?
It's a lot to it's a lot to unpack.
A lot.
It's been a lot to unpack, my boy.
Hell yeah. Hold on. Let me grab my mic.
You good?
I'm good. How's everything with you, my boy?
Everything good, man. We on to the next, man. Study week in Vegas. Now we back. We got Paul Tank on Monday. Moved to Miami
Mm-hmm.
because I guess Georgia didn't want to deal with the stuff. And rightfully so. They shouldn't be able to deal with that stuff.
I agree. I definitely agree. You got that fight happening in Florida now.
It's good marketing wise. It's gonna be good for the market. I mean, Atlanta would have still been good. Don't get me wrong, but I guess it's also cool. You'll have a lot of cat. You could bring a lot of casuals there that weekend, or get find something to do. But they're gonna probably just keep it for what it is.
Um, is- Um, Trying to connect this to mic real quick and we good. How do I sound right now? Sound defense. Defense.
You sound great.
All right. All right.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, like what you thought about that the Crawford card, man?
The card itself was shitty, even though like I predicted and Billy and Lester Martinez.
Be a draw.
Yeah,
Nice.
but the card itself was shitty, but the fight was amazing. WBC ordered the rematch, so they about to be throwing more leather in
I
September. So they should probably put it for the end of the year, man. See what they're gonna do. Um, it was the event itself was great itself within itself. Can't complain one bit. It was a hell of an atmosphere. Like I've never been to anything like that. 70,000 plus. Allegiant
in the
Stadium
stadium.
is a movie. Absolute movie.
Just
And
it's crazy. Just it takes. I bet it took when you was there. You took it all in.
at first, yeah, because I looked at it. So when you get there, everybody's not there, and it's like, damn.
All
To
these
think,
empty seats.
to think about in another 3.5 hours how this is gonna look, and it was just crazy. Shout out to Bud, and I'm here because
Yeah.
they got everybody. Is he an all-time great? Is he in Mount Rushmore? I think he's just an era great. Like putting him Mount Rushmore is kind of crazy.
I agree.
Like I
I'm
like
I'm
he
I'm
hit
gonna I'm gonna dive in with that right now with you too.
nah yeah,
Oh,
because I don't know, bro. What it is like what's hard with boxing is he's in this boat with like Tyson Fury where his resume is not deep, even though he's accomplished a lot, but he could probably beat a lot of these other guys. Like Floyd doesn't have the accolades, the undisputed, but he's also a 5 division champ. He could probably beat Floyd Mayweather in a fight, but Floyd has the better resume.
right. And
So it's interesting. It's interesting to see everything going on and everything. And nobody, I'm not discrediting his win at all. Like some people, oh, a lot of people aren't to let him have his moment. I'm letting him have his moment. I don't think I'll be able to go that far.
no, right, right, right. I don't get me wrong. I believe he's one of the greats that we have in our generation right now. I feel like we can go with that. So,
But he's 38, so like, what can he do, or what would he have to do to? For some people, he's there. For some people, feel like he needs maybe one or two other big names. Like he shouldn't even have to go for. He doesn't even have to go for like championship fights, but he should go for some more big names just to add something to the resume.
I'm gonna be honest. As of right now, it's like, what can you see him really doing? Would you rather him stay at 168? Would you like him to go down a weight class and you get the belts there?
I mean, what I said was him going to 160 because when I look at people are gonna look at certain things in boxing that can never be done. And to be honest, Pacquiao A division might be one of those things, right?
Yeah,
So if Pacquiao is one of those things, I kind of got a feeling that all right, he's not gonna accomplish that. So what would be his best bet if he wants to accomplish another crazy accolade? Will be, yes, go down to 160. It don't matter who the champion is. It don't matter if he beats Lara. It doesn't matter if he beats Adamas. It doesn't matter if he beats Janabek. I don't even think he has to unify the division. If he can go and capture a that will make him 6 division, 3-time undisputed. Or if he goes which I don't think right now it's a good fight considering the place Charlo's in. So what should he do? But he's also never he's never defended his undisputed crown in no weight class. He never defended it at 140, 147, and now 168. It doesn't look he says that he's not vacating. So he's got a lot on his plate. When you beat the man, you are the man. Now you got a lot of people coming after you. It depends what is he gonna do and what should he do and when does he come back? You just fought in September. Are you gonna take it's looking like he's gonna take probably another year off, come back one October of next year, somewhat of that sort.
Sounds about right.
So that's been his trajectory for the last 6 years, which is disappointing. He should be fighting one more time. It'll be good to see him fight one more time, but I guess we'll just settle for another Crawford fight coming next year. But he hinted the fact of going down. I think going back down to 154 is it dangerous cutting all that weight to go back down
Um,
to 154?
Before the fight, how I looked at it, I was like, if he goes up, I wouldn't go back down. Because usually you go back down, it doesn't do good. You don't look the same. But we're talking about Crawford. He's a different type of fighter. A lot of people already counted him out fighting Canelo. I wouldn't mind him going back down. Probably not back down to like 147, nothing like that. Probably going down to 160. I'm not mad at it. You look pretty good at 168. You know what I'm saying?
Or should he stay at 168, get a fight? He puts fight his, he'll probably be his body will be better at 168 with another fight.
Shit, he looked decent. I'm gonna be honest. Canelo looked more old than him looking more good. If that makes sense.
I guess he just I wouldn't even consider it Canelo looking old. He just couldn't do nothing with Crawford, and it's one of those things that the style was too much. And Terence Crawford just fought the perfect fight when he needed to exchange. He
The,
exchanged
the whole
when
12
he
round
need
he did.
when he needed to just get on the back foot for a little bit. He got on it. When he needed to step up and step to him, he did. So there's nothing about his performance that I can pick on. Why I can say he could have done this better because everything about the performance was good. Me picking Canelo to beat him. I rewatched the fight on Netflix. I had a 10-2 being there live, but after watching it, I had it now I got it 11-1. I had Canelo winning four in the ninth round, but the ninth round when they were exchanging, Terence Crawford got the better of the exchanges, and Canelo was up late into the round. And he a lot of those I Canelo lost about 3 rounds that were taken with for him between the last minute.
Yeah, yeah.
He lost a lot of rounds between the last minute and 5 to 10 seconds of every round. Like I don't know if he took his foot off the gas and he wasn't throwing any combinations. And Crawford picked him apart, rightfully so. And
From
then
round one, I feel like. Well, from round two, we're gonna say that. From round two, I feel like it's like Canelo was already defeated.
you think so?
The way how Crawford was moving around the ring, and the way I saw how sharp he was. Like I said, I thought Canelo was gonna get a stoppage in the 10th, or corner throws in the towel, something of that nature. And I'm like, if that don't happen, I got Crawford winning by decision. And I'm like, damn, like what I was seeing, it's like I'm gonna be honest. Even if I watch if they was to have the fight again, I can see Crawford stopping Canelo.
Yeah. It shows that he can be stopped in that 12th round exchange, those final 30 seconds where he kind of wobbled and people say, oh, it was just a balance. Nah. I feel if
Mhm.
Crawford steps to Canelo a little bit, he can wobble him. He shows that he can wobble him. It shows that he can hurt him. Knocking him, all stoppages are made equal. He might be able to stop Canelo on his feet.
Mhm.
Like he don't
It
have to
just, it just, it
necessarily put
just
him down.
exactly. It just be like overwhelming of punches that's being thrown at you. I like, damn. I just going back and looking back at the fight, I'm like,
The speed is what I was surprised he still brung that speed with him. That
I
was
was very
surprising me.
surprised.
How is he so fast still? Adding on all that weight, how is he still so fast?
Here's what I say. Look what he walks around at. He walks
But
around goddamn near one. He walks around by goddamn 180, 183. So it's like he's cutting weight, yeah. And in his mind, I'm just thinking if I was him, if I'm like walking around 183 and I'm coming into a fight like 168, I'm
yeah,
coming in a fight healthy. Same thing if I'm going down to 147, I'm healthy, but now it's like I'm weight cutting, weight draining too much, So
yeah.
it's like it's almost like yeah, Crawford is good at that weight class when he was fighting at 135, 140. You get what I'm trying to say? But it's like everything is just all complete. It looks like at 168. Like he looked stronger. He had more meat on his body. He looked it healthy at 168 compared to he looked at 147. If
I
you
feel
ask
like he
me,
looked kind of bloated, to be
no, yeah,
honest.
he looks bloated,
He looked a
but
little
but
bloated. And then I was expecting him, Charlo, these guys to come in under. Like, I'm thinking, okay, you're coming up to weight classes, you would most likely
you
come in
want to be light
under.
on your feet.
Yeah, but
Look,
I don't
that's
know.
what
These
happened
guys
when
actually try to come in around the same weight as Canelo.
remember
Was surprising.
when Crawford fought Madrimov, the fight was at
150,
154. He came in 180 something. No, 170 something. Sorry,
176. Yeah,
175.
176. Yeah.
Yeah, like 175, 176. I'm just like, damn. I would thought you would want to be more closer to like, but it looks like Crawford happy weight is mid like, around like 160 to 170.
And I had to give it to him. And then the judges almost tried to take it from him. It would have been this.
Yeah.
It lets you know that if Canelo actually wins maybe 4 rounds in a rematch, that he will get robbed. And he took the punches pretty well. The couple that Canelo did land, he did take them, but Canelo was never just able to establish any good in it. Even when he cut off the ring, he would throw one and Crawford will come back with four. Like I said, the speed was just too
It was
much.
almost like he wasn't able to get the respect from Crawford that he wanted. He's like Crawford just kept on was with the jab, like beating him to the punches. Like,
And I don't know. I feel like the speed, man. I'm stuck on the speed because I'm
yeah, I am
surprised
too.
that
I am
if it's
too.
one thing I said, I was like, yeah, I don't think that speed is gonna go. But
Bro, that's one thing I was saying the same thing. I don't think the speed is going to carry over. I'm like he's gonna. It's just logic. It's almost like common sense. Like you get heavy, you're going to tend to slow down. You're going to tend to get tired quicker because you have those extra weight, extra muscles. I didn't see Crawford look like he really got tired. I mean, I see there was times in the fight that he'll be moving around the ring, jabbing, moving around. But I'm not even considered that running now. I'm considered that using your foot around the ring, using your footwork. I mean,
no, yeah, I wouldn't consider that Crawford ran one bit,
no.
not one
Mm-mm.
bit. He boxed a beautiful fight. For Canelo, it's disappointing. People are trying to now compare the wins. Did he do it better than Floyd? Well, when you consider everybody that fought these guys that beat Canelo, everybody had the advantage over Canelo. Bivol had the size advantage, the weight advantage at 175. Floyd had the experience, and he put him at a catch weight of 152 pounds. Terence Crawford fought him at a disadvantage, going up
Mhm.
2 weight classes, being the older guy like Floyd.
The only thing
So
what Canelo had Canelo really damn damn I don't know, man. He Crawford was really at a disadvantage. I
I
can't.
don't, I don't know. So then, what for Canelo? What's gonna be next, man? I think he's watching. I think he's watching. He's keeping a close eye on the Eubank Ben winner, and if being victorious on that, I don't even think it matters if Ben wins, considering that if he fights Canelo, they'll both be coming off a loss. So I'm not sure for fucking. And then if he sets him up with Shiraz, I don't know, man. I feel like he's more vulnerable than ever, to be honest. He's more vulnerable. I think he's more vulnerable and more stoppable than ever, man. Like being a Canelo, I feel like it's nothing worse than watching one of your favorite club fighters decline before your eyes. I guess that's where I'm sitting at right now.
You know, hold on, hold on. You know, the 11th round, I started tearing because I'm like, it's a wrap.
Oh no, I wouldn't. I knew it was a like retirement rap.
No, no, no. I'm like, I like from like I said, from round two, round three, I was like, I already know where this fight is going.
Yeah, by
Round
like the
round
fourth
around
round,
11, I'm like, yeah, it's official. It's official.
it'd be hard, but I believe he can get stopped. I always thought it would be. I always thought he would be one of those fighters. Oh no,
That
he's got a
yep.
grand the chin. He's gonna be one of those guys that's never been dropped, never been stopped, even though he's lost. But I think it's a real possibility if he runs into right now a Hamza, if he runs it back with Terence
A
Crawford
person who has speed and power
at volume.
and volume.
That's what it's been.
Cause you realize, look, Mayweather had the speed and the volume. Bivol had the speed, the volume, and the power. Like every time he run into these type of styles, he has issues with it. And then on top of it, it's like you having these issues, and then you add into the fact that you don't really like cutting off the ring. You know, like it's not the fact that he don't like it. It's just he rather a fighter try to come and fight the fight. Crawford was fighting the fight and using his feet at the same time.
But then he's 35. There's nothing left for him to do.
He
You
has a lot of
know,
mileage on the tank, a lot of wars.
I mean, I don't want to see him go out bad. Like this is literally this is like how this is the beginning, like the appetizer of how the roller coaster down bad. You lose a bad decision to Crawford. Okay, cool, you lost. But then you now try to fight, like I said, Conor Ben. The Hamza fight is likely. And then the Hamza fight is super dangerous right now. Very right now.
Even like a Chris and Billy. Like I feel like he can. I
Well,
feel like if
and Billy's shown he could punch himself out. So in
yeah,
Billy,
that's what I'm saying. Like
I still have faith that a Canelo could beat an Billy with experience and getting out of the way a little bit, by just using his aggression against him.
yeah, cause
But
you
if
yeah.
he fights another young guy or more experienced, not experienced, but just as experienced as him, like right now, it's hard not to pick a Hamza to beat a Canelo right now. It's really hard. And considering he's also not stopping, guys, it's not far fetched that if he goes to a decision with a Eubank, we know these UK judges rob people. He's not stopping anybody. So can he afford to go to the cars with a Eubank in London?
Absolutely
Because
not.
he said
Absolutely not.
he's always said he wanted to go to London. And I've always said, bro, you go to London, you gonna have to get two knockdowns just to maybe get a 117, 115.
Yeah, I wouldn't like Canelo going anywhere out of the states because we already know how the those foreign countries are when they're going against their own. But it's hard to see. Like I said, we all witness live on Netflix. You witness with your own eyes in person what what could be.
What could be? I think it's time, man. I think it's time. I think he retires. I think he should hang it up after 20. I believe he should hang it up now, but if he wants to get maybe two more fights,
Well,
it's perfectly understandable, but it's dangerous right now. Very dangerous,
he still
very
has
dangerous.
he still has two more fights under Turkey.
Very, and then Turkey's not gonna give him a tune up. So
No,
that's why I'm really believing that he will fight Eubank. And I don't even think Eubank has to win because Canelo's also will be coming off a loss. So it's not one of those things. Well, he lost. We're gonna have to see we can guy. No, if he loses, then he loses. Canelo's also coming off a loss. Both guys coming off a loss. Nobody wants to have back to back losses.
do you think Conor Eubank loses to Conor Benderson?
The first fight was a good fight, close fight. That kind of could be a monkey wrench because if he loses, and then depends on how bad he wants to run it back,
Like I
considering
said,
what's at the
I could see it. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I could see a trilogy if the first fight, if the second fight goes like the first fight, like
but Conor Ben winning this time.
yeah, with Conor Ben winning this time. But it's I don't know.
I think even if Conor Ben wins, I personally think Turkey's probably gonna try to take care of his boy and try to give him that Eubank. Like I'm really think it could happen. And like I said, considering Canelo's lost, he doesn't have to worry about oh well he can like oh he lost the fight, so the fight's not as good as it went on. He can still make the fight happen. But I believe if right now somebody, if it's two people right now that can end the Canelo reign and put the fork in Canelo's reign, it's definitely Terence Crawford and Hamza Shiraz. Because the Benavides fight won't happen. I've been at peace with that for the last 2 years.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah,
that it's not
yeah.
gonna happen. So it's
Especially
what
now.
yeah, definitely not. Now that he's got no belts, he's not gonna want to fight him, even though Canelo's obviously a still payday fight for anybody. But if I had to say it now, if it's two fighters right now that I believe can retire Canelo Alvarez, it's Terence Crawford and Hamza Shiraz. Hamza Shiraz, man. And I kind of have a feeling it could be Hamza more than Terence Crawford just because he didn't sound too eager in the post-fight press conference to get into a rematch with Terence Crawford. And this fight didn't have a rematch clause. So right now, if Terence Crawford doesn't want to give it to him, he don't got to give it to him. Terence Crawford is not the one under a fight contract with
Turkey.
Riyadh season.
Yeah.
So it should be interesting what he does, but we gonna
But
move on, man.
then again, I could see a rematch because I also was also seen Turkey was talking to Crawford was before the fight. 2 days before the fight, talking about he was holding up two hands like two times. You know, like the rematch type shit two times. So
I
I don't
mean, that's
know.
what he probably was hoping for a close fight. Maybe Crawford wins a very close fight where it warrants a rematch, but like I said, no rematches for one-sided fights or for stoppages like that. So not a stoppage, but a one decisive fight. So I
Yeah, that's what I'm
doubt
saying.
it.
Like I even if like I said, like if I see a rematch, I'm not going with Canelo this time. I'm going with Crawford, and if I'm going with Crawford, I'm going to put Crawford by stoppage this time because I feel like Crawford was being himself in the ring, and I felt like he was just holding back slightly. And if I feel like if he was being himself more, I think he could have probably dropped Canelo.
Scary hours, man. Something to think that we would never could happen. Now we're talking
Right,
about who can do it.
right, bro. Before the fight, I was telling people like, "Yo, you're crazy. You got to do coming up three weight classes."
Well,
And look,
you got some people that picked Terence Crawford to stop Canelo. Bowsy was picking Canelo. I mean Crawford to stop Canelo. Um, it was Shakur Stevenson. I wouldn't say he picked him to stop him, but he said, "But don't be surprised if he hurts him," which he did.
yeah,
And now they're trying to amp up. This is what I mean with the prisoners of the moment. Now we're trying to amp up. Terence Crawford and David Benavidez. Like that's uncalled for, bro.
yeah, yeah, for real.
And then, they're trying to use basically his words against him, how he said he wouldn't fight Canelo because Canelo was too big. They would say, well, you said the same thing about Canelo and you fought him, so why can't you do the same thing with David? They're always trying to throw somebody at somebody. They're not even letting the man be great. They're already trying to, well, if he wants to be great, he's gonna have to fight David. He's gonna have to at least fight Bivol.
Yeah, and it's they're mad. They're mad because Crawford made it look so easy. They didn't like. I like it be like. Oh man. And like I said, I'm a Canelo fan, but I can look at this with non-bias.
Yeah, man, I was picking Canelo, man. I was there. People were like, "Oh, you're not a Canelo fan." I was like, "Why?" Because I called it for what it is. People,
Exactly. Like, see, I be saying the same shit. It's like you have to be realistic with yourself, man.
well,
Man.
And then for Crawford, he's got to decide what he's gonna do if he's. Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Be good. Okay, but for what's gonna be good? Because Crawford's almost 40. Like he can take the payday, or if he wants to cash out again, give him his rematch. Because Turkey's about giving guys their undisputed guys their rematches. He says he believes if you're undisputed, you have all the belts, you should be warranted due to a rematch. So it all depends who really. I feel like it would have to take
I'm
Canelo
I'm gonna
to
be honest with
pursue
you. I don't. I could see Crawford being like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll run it back." I could see Crawford saying that.
it. Yeah, it benefits him. First man to beat Canelo twice.
What I could, yeah. And I bet he knows he can do it too. Damn.
And we got Tank moving to Miami. Georgia didn't want. They said that it's unsafe. Even though Tank is the professional, they still feel that it's unsafe for that fight to happen. So now they moved it to
I
Miami where the
I
heat
don't like
plays.
me personally. I don't like the fight even happening.
Yeah, I'm hoping every state athletic commission doesn't pick up the fight. So maybe Tank could go back to fighting Roach, and maybe Jake Paul can go fight another wrestler. Jake Paul could even go fight Canelo if he wants.
Man, he been saying he wanted Canelo for so long. Go get Canelo his second big payday.
Well, what Canelo used him for bait to get Turkey because Canelo was like, well, I'm just gonna go fight Jake Paul, and we're gonna go do this massive event, and then Turkey was in fear of that happening. That's why he gave Canelo all that money.
Yep. Yep.
And Turkey fell for the bait. So it's gonna see what's gonna be a lot to cook up. Um, let's see if he comes back in May. Let's see if he comes back in May. He should come back in May. And he did take a little punishment, but I feel like the only way to get past this is just to move on to the next fight. Like I said, Eubank is a good opponent, and Billy is a good opponent. He still can beat. Um, but it's
And
just right now people are obviously gonna either throw the rematch and see what's up. But like I said, we're at the end of the Canelo era. I don't know why we just can't accept it. I've accepted it. After the Berlanga fight, I was like, his time is done. This is before Crawford. I didn't think he was gonna fight Crawford at first, to be honest.
yeah, I didn't. Who? No one really thought that was gonna happen.
No, you got people that really thought it was gonna happen. Hey, it's gonna happen because of Turkey, and I was like, I don't think it's Turkey. I think if obviously Canelo will do it if the money's right, but I thought he will never do it just because he'll never get the credit.
No,
But
Canelo will fight anybody, as long as the money's right. Canelo got way too much pride. He don't care about an L.
but not being, I guess seeing him lose like that, and it was kind of crazy. But then one of the things that happens, man. But yeah, Tank.
This is boxing. I stress this again. This is boxing. Things like this happens all the time. It's like you dare to be great. You have to dare yourself to be great, and this is how greats are made by challenging yourself.
A lot of things will be answered for Tank, man. This is an
Hey,
exhibition though, so it's like
it's like yeah, it might not have a winner or anything, but if someone gets knocked out, that's fair play.
that's what's that's what's interesting because it's like yeah, it doesn't go on anybody's record, but you think
but it,
I believe Tank can hurt Jake Paul with a shot he doesn't see.
I could see that too. But I could also see Jake Paul hurting Tank because he's just so fucking heavy. Not because Jake Paul can crack, just because he's so fucking heavy. I mean, I don't know. I see Tank moving around the ring, getting his shots off, but it takes one shot. You know that. It takes one shot. It's boxing. Anything can
Pe-
happen.
People, I was talking to my guy, and he feels that he's gonna do him like Rolly. He's gonna walk him into a left hand, but Jake Paul's gonna try to rush him because cutting off the ring against a smaller man. Especially when
Man,
he's that smaller than you, you'll tend to overreach unnaturally. So my friend feels like he'll overreach and he'll just walk into a straight left hand.
it's possible. It's possible, and what I see personally, it's like I think it might be a clinch fest.
This
I'm gonna be honest. I think Jake Paul's gonna be like, "Oh nah, I'm holding this dude,
little
hold it."
guy, this little guy weighs in on fight night 150 pounds and he hits hard. That's what he thinks.
I know. Fuck 150 pounds, maybe 140 pounds still hitting hard.
Even his brother's kind of scared for him. I forgot his brother's name. His brother had an interview. I just saw it on Instagram. He's like that. He's worried because he's like fighting retired guys, fighting older guys, or guys that aren't boxers like that. But he's like, you're actually fighting a prime world champion. I get it that he's small, but he's still a prime world champion. So his brother's actually worried for him.
As he should.
It's gonna make Tank a lot of money though. That's the only reason he's taking it. I get it. There's no. Let me say that there's no fight for him because he does have fights in the PBC that he can make. He just chose not to make them, and PBC right now, from what I'm hearing, obviously doesn't have the money it used to. So he's looking for these big guarantees, and they can't give him that. And then with the piracy now and pay per views, for you to make maybe a couple 100,000 on pay per views, you gotta sell a lot of pay per views. And right now, the pay per views are only gonna sell be fights to fights that people want.
Yep.
Netflix, yes, is global. Everybody's got Netflix for $15, whatever how much Netflix is, but
Seven
there's
ninety
not
nine.
there's nothing better than a pay per view back end at the end of the day.
Right.
If you can go do 600,000 pay per views with Lamar Roach in a rematch, that's a win. Because now everybody knows what Lamar Roach is made of, and everybody feels that now he's a threat to you. And I guess it was also timing. You had your first close fight of your career, went controversial, and instead of running the fight right back, the fight was in March. It was for you to be running it back somewhere around this time, no later than November, for you to run that fight back and for just rewrite that wrong. Whether you won by knockout or decision, make sure you rewrite that wrong in a convincing fashion. And you didn't. The first thing you did was go fight Jake Paul. So you were
And
saying you were too small.
but then again, it was almost like before the fight, he was already almost talking about a Jake Paul fight.
Because remember, Jake Paul was there, and Jake Paul kind of let the cat out the bag. He was like, "Well, we were here to offer Tank a fight. We were expecting him to win in good fashion, but his advisor told him that it was a draw. People are now probably gonna demand a rematch. This fight now doesn't have the demand. When that fight never had the demand. If Tank would have knocked out Roach in 8 rounds, that would have surprised the hell out of people. If a couple weeks later Tank drops a poster saying that he's fighting Jake Paul,
People
even
would
if
have
he would
been
have knocked Tank Roach out,
people would have been going crazy.
people still would have been going crazy. I could bet any money on it. People still would have been going crazy and not agreeing with that. So when it comes to that, I'm not too fond of it. I hope I hope Florida Commission does the same thing and doesn't pick up the fight where it gets to the point where Jake Paul is just probably gonna have to find another opponent.
Yeah, I agree, and it's like if you notice one thing about Jake Paul, where do he likes to fight a lot out of?
He fights everywhere. He's kind of like Tank. He's fought everywhere. He's fought in Texas. He's fought in Florida. He's gonna fight in Florida again. He fought Chavez in LA. So he's fought. I mean, he could he. It'd be nice if he brings a fight to the Garden where he can headline him, Alicia Bumgarner, and
He's
Serrano.
not. I don't think he's gonna come in New York. I don't
It'd be
know.
nice. I don't see why
Don't
not.
get me wrong. Don't get me. It would be nice, but there's a reason why I feel like he's fighting in Florida, Texas, Texas. Crying emoji.
I mean, why though? I mean, I think global. Like I think like a few guys like Tank, Canelo, these guys could go to fight anywhere in these places. So that's why they do
No,
it.
no, no, no,
But
no, no, no. Like, yes. Listen, I feel like Jake Paul could go to Vegas if sell it Vegas. Is that something he wants to do? I don't think so. I think he'd rather keep fighting in Texas and Florida, where they don't have so much restrictions on what you do.
Hmm. I mean, so why not put this fight in Texas then?
There's obviously a reason why the fight's not happening in Texas. Probably, probably like Tank people's like, no, we don't want this fight to happen in Texas.
Because if I'm thinking you're trying to fill the capacity. You want to sell a lot of people. Like I get it. People were going for Mike Tyson, hoping a time, time winds back the clock and something special can happen. I feel like the only way Tank gets his props if he knocks out Jake Paul. He like really hurts him and embarrass him, so
Yeah,
people
yeah,
like
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. If Tank goes in there and play with him, people still gonna be like, yo, you know.
you saved this clown from us. I think that's the way people kind of look at it.
Yeah, because remember how many times the boxing fans been saying like, "Yo, we want Jake Paul to fight a real boxer." Here you go. This is a real seasoned boxer in his prime. Yeah, the weight might be different, but he still can crack.
I believe he hurts him with a shot he doesn't see.
I can see it happening if Jake Paul doesn't make it a clinch fest.
I think actually Tank is the one that they're gonna make it. He's the smaller man. He can't afford to be in a.
I think Tank's gonna be more using his foot than trying to clinch, trying to get out the range. Either yeah, I could see him fighting an inside, but at the same time, I could see him making Jake not be able to get his jab off and nothing like that.
All right, even though it's not official, do they still fight in what 10-ounce gloves?
That's a good question. The main thing is what weight is this fight happening at?
It's not gonna be at a weight. I think Florida's just letting it happen at whatever weight. Tank will probably be just slightly heavier than what he originally fights in, even though he's the guy's
I
fighting
don't
a
like.
heavyweight,
I
even
don't
though he
like
said he
it.
couldn't fight at 140.
I don't like it. That's what I hear. I don't like it.
Oh no, I've never liked it this from the beginning, but it is what it is. I feel like at the end of the day, this will this is a move to bring PBC money. Consider because from what I'm hearing, they offered him 8 million for the road tree match,
Okay.
which is good. He's been getting that. What it is that he's got his head up so far up his ass since the Ryan. He think that he's gonna make 30 million off every fight. It just goes to show you, bro. If you give the fights, the fans, the fights
The
they want,
yeah.
fans are gonna purchase them. You did 1.2 with Ryan because people wanted to see you fight Ryan. And then y'all did a hell of a promotion. Y'all did the press tour. You guys were on fucking on Kai Cenat stream. You were on this platform. He's on that platform. Great job. But with Jake Paul, it's gonna be a big event. That's why the purse is guaranteed. He's gonna take the guaranteed 40 plus the sponsorships
Whatever's
plus
at the gates.
the gate will do good because tank tickets are always crazy price for him to fight guys that we know he's gonna beat. So to fight Jake Paul, it
It's
should
gonna
be
be
good.
it's gonna be good money.
It's gonna be good. I think the gate will do excellent. Miami, big
And
party
then
town.
and then the fact that
So
it's happening on Netflix is gonna be crazy.
my thing is, since we're giving us an exhibition fight, we technically don't get a winner. He should give us something good as the co-main event.
Is this the co-main to another fight?
I see. This was Lamar Roach was the co-main event of Tank's big fight. It just depends who was Tank gonna fight after Lamar Roach, because that's why when people were giving Tank all the slander for not fighting somebody big after Frank Martin and he goes fights Roach, I'm like maybe he's gonna do what he did with Hector Luis Garcia. He's bringing up another guy from 130, and then maybe at the end of the year, some part around this year, we probably would have been getting a big fight because that's what he did. He fought Hector Luis Garcia in January in DC, and then a couple months later in April, he gave us Ryan. So I'm like, there's a chance that he's gonna do the same thing he did to us last time. He's gonna He's gonna fight Lamar Roach, and hopefully we're getting a big fight by the end of the year, whether it's a TO, whether it's a Shakur. I feel like that's where he was headed, so I didn't give him too much flack. But then when everything happened with the Lamar Roach fight, I feel like he lost. He goes quiet for a bit. Then after the fight, he even said that the Roach rematch wasn't even gonna be right away. It was just, I don't know, bro. I do not know. You know, he's 30 years old already. He's creeping up on 30. So it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I don't see the Haney fight happening with Haney at 147 now. So your best bet is he's the one that's gotta pick up some common opponents. I feel like he should go fight a De Los Santos. He should go fight, rerun it back with Pitbull, run it back with Roach, and get the Shakur. I feel like those four fights right there will be good for him. Will be good enough paydays. PBC is in house, so he can fight. He can go fight Pitbull Cruz in Vegas. Black Mexican always does good numbers. He can fight De Los Santos here in New York against a Dominican. It'll be good. De Los Santos has a good boxing name, and he's building his name as a boogeyman. So I don't see why not. You know. And then obviously you got Shakur Stevenson if that ever happens. Because Shakur's contract with Matchroom is if I'm not mistaken, it's over or it's coming over already. So he did his three fights kind of quick. I feel like he just signed with Matchroom and his contract is already up.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like Matchroom did a good job of trying to give Shakur Stevenson that exposure that he needs
The
because
ball just didn't bounce his way the way it did for Ryan. You know,
it
like,
didn't, and that's just because the following that Ryan had back at him already just going into the fight alone.
and then for Ryan too. Let's see what he does, man. So run it back with Rolly.
I don't know. I mean, to get that right, because it was almost like you wasn't supposed to lose that fight to a Rolly. But I was
And
calling that fight from the get. I was there. I was calling the fight. Keyshawn, Abdullah Mason, they was looking at me thinking I was crazy. I'm like, yo, I got these guys winning. I got they asked me, yo, who you think is gonna win the fight? I'm like, yeah, I got Rolly winning the fight. It's like, for real. I'm like, yeah. When it happened, when this shit when it happened, when he got drafted, they're looking at me. I'm like, I told you. I told you.
and then Haney posted that after Norman, he is next. So either way, they're gonna fight. It looks like they're gonna fight. Haney wants his get back. I got Haney beating Norman. I got
I
Haney
got,
beating Norman.
I
I
got,
know people
I'm gonna be
aren't believers of Haney, but I
like,
believe in Haney to get it done against Norman.
like, this is where you have skill versus power, and your skill always beats power, in my opinion, because you're the IQ, your technical, you got ring genuineship. Don't Not saying that Brian Norman don't, but I think when it comes to that, I think Devin Haney has a slight advantage over Brian Norman. But a lot of people also saying, there's a lot of criticism on Haney that he doesn't have a chin. If Norman could hit him, he's gonna go down. He's gonna get knocked out. But hey, he had a chin when he went against Ryan. He got back up every single time. He didn't get knocked out. You feel me? Um, that fight's tricky to me. If you want me to be completely honest with you, I could see Brian Norman stopping Haney. But if a stoppage doesn't happen, I could see a unanimous decision for Devin Haney.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Devin Haney is gonna pull off a snoozer. I think he's gonna get hit early. He's gonna get touched early. He's gonna see that that's not what he wants,
And not
and
engage and fight on the outside.
fight on the outside. And I think he wins a boring snoozer.
And don't
For
get me wrong,
Brian Norman, it's a jump. It's a big jump in competition. That's also a
uh,
big thing. Like, fighting the Japanese guy one fight to now go fighting a former undisputed champ. Devin Haney looking to become a 3 division champ. So he don't get in. He's there for a long night, and they've been in his head with the trash talk. When I was there at the kickoff presser in New York, and they faced off, looked like they got into Norman's head. I believe they could get into Norman's head, and I believe they could take him out of character and do just enough to beat him.
I don't know if I don't. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if they got into his head. 'Cause I wasn't there personally, but I think I think Brian Norman is letting them play their cards how they want it. I don't think it's bothering him. I just
I mean,
think this. I just think the skills is just going to pay the bills for Devin Haney.
and then he's not that much bigger.
He's really not.
People thought. I told people Devin Haney was supposed to be a welterweight a year ago.
Yo, is weight bullying. I've been calling all these guys weight bullies.
He could have been out. He should have been a welterweight easily 2 to 3 years ago. So now when people say, "Oh, he's a smaller man," I was like, "No, he's not."
He's not.
I was like, he's the natural welterweight. He's supposed to be at. He was clearly supposed to be at welterweight a couple years ago. Because if y'all notice, after in the build up to the Ryan fight, he looked at weight drain at only his second fight at 140.
Hmm.
So that should have let you know, man. That should. But I appreciate your time, bro. We definitely got to get back on this. I'm gonna start getting back on this line. I'm gonna bring you back up, bro.
For sure, bro. We definitely gonna keep mixing it up, man.
Appreciate you, bro. So you could be at the Tank Press on Monday. Tank Jake Paul.
No, not. I'm no, not that one. I won't be at that one. I have work that day.
All right, so I'll hit you up, man. We definitely got to do another show for the week is over, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. We definitely gonna keep in contact, man. We definitely gonna have to keep in contact with the upcoming fight. Fedora and
And Thurman, man,
Thurman. Like that fight, man. That's a nice fight.
that's gonna be good. So I'm gonna get back at you, bro.
All right, man. Have a good one, bro.